What is going on, MJ traders and investors? It's Rod with Powell Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth for an MJ Sector review. Today's a review for Friday, May 7th. And in today's video, we're going to be discussing the Tilray stock as it soars over 20% today and soared 10% in the pre-market after Jefferies upgrades to a buy and says that the Afria merger is the perfect match. So if you recall yesterday's video, I had no idea that the stock was going to be upgraded, but we got that news today, and it's something that I'll talk about how we could have expected that or seen it coming, or at least not been maybe not have been so surprised by the fact that it happened, and why we should expect that, or why we could expect that in the future. So before we jump in, make sure to smash the like and subscribe to the channel. We'll go over some news and events on the day. There wasn't a whole lot to cover in terms of news. And then we'll look at the Tilray chart and the Canadian and the US MJ sectors. I'll also put some timestamps in the description below. So I mentioned in yesterday's video that Tilray was looking prime for an entry, and I took a position off of the 200-day moving average support. And we had this news drop this morning, and the stock absolutely rocketed today, up almost 25% from the low of yesterday. So we did get that upgrade today. Also, Hexo Corp to participate in Canaccord Genuity's 5th annual Global MJ Conference on May 11, 2021. You can check that out for the event details and registration info. Also, leading independent proxy advisors ISS and Glass Lewis support the arrangement agreement between Hexo and Zenabis, and they recommend that Zenabis shareholders vote for the Hexo transaction. Also, that meeting is going to be scheduled for May 13th, so 1 week from yesterday. So in 6 days, and Zenabis shareholders are reminded to vote no later than May 11, 2021 at 10 a.m. Vancouver time. So we encourage you here at Powell Group to get out and vote, and we strongly think that that is a great merger as well and highly recommend it. So moving on, Kronos Group had terrible earnings today. I just did a video on that. You can check that out for some detailed Kron analysis and my take on that. But a lot of people consider this a tier 1 company in Canada, and that is just laughable and a complete joke in my opinion. It is tier 2, maybe even tier 3 at this point. So moving on to the charts, we'll look at Tilray here. So Tilray, from the low of yesterday, we had a low of 1383. So we'll just do a quick measured move here. So we saw a bounce of about 23%, just under 23%. Decent volume there today as well, and that comes off of nearing daily oversold. And again, wasn't expecting the RSI to get much below 30 and that extreme, because we ran almost 10x, 1,000% in the last few months, right? So coming off a huge move like that, now we're down 80%. You bet there's a ton of people that are say, you know what, we're down 80%. That's a good enough for me, right? After a huge move like that, you better believe that there's going to be investors ready to buy the dip. And what did we say in yesterday's video? We said that we had a lack of resistance on the hourly and the daily chart. So sure enough, this morning, because of that lack of resistance, and this is something that you can kind of just look out for in the future, right? If we have a huge lack of resistance and we're approaching a very strong support level like the 200-day moving average, after pulling back 80%, after a 10x move, you can start to, just expect that there's going to be potential, people upgrading and different institutions upgrading, or there could be news or something like that. It must be nice to just upgrade a stock right at support when they've basically been accumulating this whole time. And if this is the bottom, like I said, on the hourly chart, we were about 20% away from resistance. And on the daily chart, we were about 44% away. So again, that is why we can expect to potentially see some sort of upgrade or news for at a potential support level. It's not uncommon for companies to upgrade, or institutions, financial institutions to upgrade stocks when they're close to support and they've dropped 80% in value, and that's just because they've been accumulating, and now they're done accumulating, and now they're ready for the stock to take off, right? So I wasn't surprised at all today. Actually, I've been around long enough to know that I was expecting a potential some sort of news catalyst. I was also expecting a bounce in the entire sector at some point. And then SPY, you can check out my broader market video from earlier today, but SPY at all-time highs, record daily close, weekly close, and new all-time high today. It was just all systems go with the whole sector bouncing as well. So it really was a perfect storm and all systems go. Keep in mind that we do have earnings coming up on May 18th. So my plan is I sold half of that position today and I reloaded cheaper. So I sold that position at around 1670 and I added back on an hourly higher low. So we didn't change the hourly trend. And from that low, we were up, like I said, about 23%. So when we lost the 5-minute uptrend, that's when I exited my position. You can see here that we, on the 5-minute from the lows here, we were trending higher, and then we finally set a 5-minute lower high and lower low, and we lost that trend. So once we lost the 5-minute uptrend, that's when I was out. I exited around on this bounce here around 1670, and we saw that follow through. I re-entered again around 1610, and I had a buy order for 1585, but it expired as I left it until the end of the day. But it did expire, but we'll reassess on Monday. So I'm holding half of that position in cash. So essentially, was looking to hold long term, but I said because of that lack of resistance, if we bounce 10-20%, I might take some profits and reload cheaper, and that's exactly what I did. Reloaded on an hourly higher low. At this point, it's a potential hourly bull flag, and we could see an EMA 12 and 26 bull cross, and if we were to confirm that bull flag, that would take us up to about the 1850 area, which would make sense as we have a lack of resistance up until about the 1863. And on the daily chart, we have a lack of resistance up until 1957. But keep in mind that we could run into earnings, and that is my plan. I don't plan on swinging it through earnings, as it is a gamble, but I do plan on selling it before earnings and looking for a potential run-up leading into that. So we did close under the 10-week moving average this week. The stochastic and MACD are still extremely bearish on the weekly, and we did close underneath the 100-day moving average at 1730. But we have the 50 down there yet to have tested it at 1234. But again, my entry was based on daily oversold conditions, down 80% in a couple of months. And like I say, came within about 50 cents of that 200-day moving average at 1340. And if we take a look at the 100-day moving average, it has been acting as support. So that's sitting at 2008 and the 50 at 2110. So we could even make a push here to $19, $20 before this move is over. But we absolutely need to change the hourly trend to be 100% confident. We broke the high of yesterday, so daily bounce is underway. But now burden of proof is on the bulls to change this trend, confirm an hourly bull flag, and then we'll have 100% confidence that that is our daily bottom for now. But congrats to the bulls. I know a lot of people in our group followed me on this trade, and a lot of people made a lot of money. So congrats to the bulls there. And again, we'll continue to monitor. We close underneath the 10-week moving average as well, but we'll continue to monitor Tilray next week. There's no major red flags at this point. We did top out at EMA 12 and close back below it. So just keep in mind that we are in a daily downtrend. This could be our potential daily lower high, but it's all about the hourly trend must prove to us that they mean business. And if they confirm an hourly uptrend, then we will believe it. So the level to break the level resistance is 1702 that we must break into Monday. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw a gap up on Monday and saw that follow through. If we do, just be cautious of a gap ups or for selling scenario. And if we do see a gap up in the S&P 500, again, check out my broader market video for a broader market recap on what to expect there. But if we do see a gap up in SPY and a gap up in MJ, I'll definitely be looking to take profits, as we could see a potential sell the news reaction from that gap up. So taking a look at the rest of the MJ sector, PCLO, Love, and CanTrust led the decline today. Tilray was the top gainer. OGI and Zenabis and Hexo had a nice day today as well, leading up into that shareholder vote next week. So Cron, again, I did a video. You can check out Cron for an in-depth analysis on that. But terrible earnings, 395% negative surprise. We were estimating negative 0.09 EPS, surprise of negative 0.35. Ugh, that is terrible. Came in at negative 0.44. But taking a look at Hexo broke the high of yesterday, so daily bounce is continuing, and we are following through with the daily bull flag. And again, the target on the daily bull flag is $8, and lack of resistance up until $8.50. So we are looking good. Daily uptrend confirmed. Daily bull flag still a ways to go before we hit daily overbought as well. So we are looking good. Taking a look at MSOS, still looking for its daily high or low. And it's a potential daily bull flag as well. We need to break 44.14 to confirm. That would confirm the daily bull flag and the uptrend. And then that would mean that our weekly bottoms are set and that we can be looking up. We closed right on EMA 12 pretty much. We closed just below it, sitting at 42.69. We closed at 42.55. So we would like to close above that, but it's not completely game over, like I said. And we could even potentially see a gap up tomorrow or on Monday. We had a daily inside bar today, so we'll be watching for the high of today, 42.75 resistance and support at 42. Whichever way that breaks, we'll likely continue with daily consolidation, or we're going to confirm the daily uptrend. We still could see an EMA 12 and 26 bull cross as well. So things are looking up. Also, XLF, the financial sector, has been at an all-time high, had a very strong close today. And just keeping an eye out for the potential for safe banking news any day, any month now. We could potentially see some progress on that. Doesn't mean it's going to happen anytime soon, but we could see some progress on that and some narrative just with some media coverage around that topic, which would obviously create some FOMO and some hype in the sector. So BEV, TAT, and AYR led the decline today. On the bull list on the US sector, we had Ian, Harv, and GRWG. So going to end it there, we'll continue to monitor most names working on daily uptrends, and we need to see the more names that confirm daily uptrends, the better. With that, thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth for an MJ Sector review. Take care, everybody, and we'll see you next week after market close.